What's going on, YouTube? Marcus Crockett back with another video. In this video, man, I really just want to talk about positioning and knowing what you're looking at and how you can take advantage of a situation, right? So I'm gonna go back a little bit. So in 2020, when the pandemic, actually right before the pandemic first broke out, AJ Simmons had did a interview with Sean Richards. Now I don't remember exactly what Sean's process was or is when it comes to disinfecting, but I know that there's a I don't know the exact wording for it, but I know that there is a system, and I believe, if I'm just going off of memory, it's a certain type of way that the water disinfects. Like, I don't want to do his system disservice by trying to further explain it, because I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was prior to the pandemic. So that interview, like, it always kind of stuck in my mind, right? So fast forward to 2020, and if you remember, the first person who was the first COVID case was actually in Washington State, and that person was it maybe takes me like 40 minutes to get to where they are. So it wasn't far at all, but it was just, at the time, it was just like another thing that people were just talking about. Like, and it wasn't really like people were talking loud about it. The news was just, hey, there's this thing in Washington State, it's contagious, right? Nobody was really looking at it crazy. So I always go to, I have an online way that I get all of my supplies, and I also have a local distributor. Now, I go to my local distributor on just one particular day. Nothing really special about this day. I just end up going to the distributor, right? And we're talking. We already have a relationship. Been doing business with them for years. We're on a first name basis, like, just another day. So I go in there and I'm like, yeah, let me get this, and this. And he's like, no, Marcus, you don't understand. You need to get 5 times the amount of what it is that you're getting, you better hurry up and do it, right? So I'm like, what do you mean 5 times? He's like, man, this thing that the news has been talking about is crazy. Like, things are gonna get weird. Like, we never seen nothing like this before. I'm like, why do you say that? So he tells me he's saying it because he's been noticing that a lot of people are, for one, getting supplies and they're sending it to China, and that immediately catches my attention. I'm like, what do you mean they're sending it? I'm like, they make everything over there. He's like, I know, everything over there is shut down. They're not really talking about it too much. So everything's kind of shut down. And I'm like, okay, on the strength of that alone, I'd get the stuff, right? Or just on the strength of that. And so I get the stuff, maybe like a week or two goes by, and I remember that interview. So I don't call him, I message him, right? We're in CBN. So I message him and I'm like, hey, well, tell me a little bit more about your process. I'm talking about Sean Richards. Tell me a little bit more about your process. Like, what machines are you using? Like, what machine can I get? So he tells me the machine. Immediately, I look it up, boom, find it, buy it. I buy 2 of them. I get 2 of those machines, and I just sit on them. Shortly after I get the machines, we start getting notices like, we're gonna close things down, and they're only gonna be closed for like 2 or 3 weeks, right? Kids are out of school, whatever. And the rest is history. But how that all plays into positioning is, I was able to listen to what it was, listen to what Sean was talking about, listen to what my distributor was talking about, and I was in position to take action. Now, buying the machines was just one thing, right? And I don't know what I'm gonna do with these machines right now. I just know that I got them. Worst case scenario, I'll sell them back for what I got them for, but I know that I have these machines. So everything is shut down, and now this virus is spreading. Do you know, in one weekend, I made, I think it was $12,000 or $13,000 in one weekend by going in and offering disinfecting services, just from me being in position. No one else was offering this thing in my area. I was getting calls. Let me tell you something. I was getting calls from Eastern Washington. Now, so 6 hours away, 6-7 hours away, I'm getting calls to come and do this service. The service might take me at the most an hour, but the money was so worth it. Like, yeah, I'm finna go do that. Yes. One weekend, I made about $12,000, $13,000. And it wasn't just that one weekend. This was 13, I think that was the most I made in the shortest amount of time. But I would do 5,000 this day, 2,000 the next day. Maybe I might go a week when I don't do nothing. Then I get $1,300 on a late night call. Hey, we needed to wait till all of our customers was gone. One of our employees tested. Can you guys come in and do that service? Bet. 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Now this is aside from the cleaning aspect, where we're going in, we're offering the reoccurring services, the daily service, whatever. Like my staff, this was prior to me even going the subcontractor route. I'm working with my staff. My staff are still taking care of that. So all of those disinfecting services, that's all on top of, and it didn't take me no time to do. And I did all of them. I did have my staff do one or two of them, and I paid them well for them. But the point is, at that particular time, I was in position to take advantage, and there wasn't a lot of people in position, just because I was willing to pay attention. So you have to look at, how I look at things is like this. I'll look at an opportunity, right? I'll see an opportunity, and I'll look at the best case scenario, and I'll look at the worst case scenario. The effort that I'm willing to put into that opportunity dictates where I'm gonna end up. That's how I see things, right? That's how I look at things. So now that we in 2022, like, what is that? None of that, right? Because those days are gone. We still offer the service, but it's now so more of, it's nowhere near as abundant as it was before. Demand just isn't there. We still offer the service, but like, again, it's not as frequent. But here's the thing. So yesterday they just announced that this is the second consecutive quarter with with negative growth in our GDP. So that's a really, really strong indicator that we are about to go into a recession. Now, I don't have to sell anyone on the fact that the economy isn't doing good. In most major cities in the country, you can drive on the freeway and you're gonna see the amount of homeless people that are just all over the side of the freeway. Gas prices are high, food prices are high. No one has to be sold on the fact that people's money is getting tight and inflation is here, and all of this stuff. People are worried financially. I don't have to convince anyone of that. Like, if you out and about and functioning, you can see that. But typically what happens during a recession is there typically is a lot of layoffs. But the topic of the video is about positioning. So right now, you have the opportunity to position yourself in a way where you are going to be in a business. You can start your business now, or if you are currently in business, start positioning your way to where you're being seen by more potential clients, more prospects. Because at the end of the day, like here's the truth. The truth is that in my city where I operate, there's always been commercial cleaners. Just like in your city, there's always commercial cleaners. And I never looked at any of them as competition, even when I didn't know anything. I never looked at people that way. I never looked at it that way. You're not competing against the next company. What your only fight is, your main fight, is you're competing against obscurity. You're competing just to be seen. You're competing for eyeballs. So the more companies that are able to see you, the more prospects that are able to see you, the more chances are that you will get more business and that you will grow. But the only way that that's possible is if you position yourself to be seen. So that means you got to start your business. You got to start your company. You know what I mean? You got to get everything set up as far as your, getting your business license, EIN, bank account, start getting your marketing strategy together, and putting yourself out there, right? And if you have trouble with any of that stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I have consultation links down below. You know, at some point, it's crazy because over the last 2 or 3 weeks, and my channel isn't big at all. Like, I'm very, very small. But I've been getting a lot of requests to do a course. I've been getting a lot of, do you have a course? Do you have a course? So I think I'm gonna give myself a goal by I don't know, let's say September 1st. September 1st, I'm gonna put something together, and we're gonna go from there. So September 1st, 2022, I will have a course available. And I could do it sooner, but if that was my only thing, but you know, I'm a husband, I'm a dad, you know, I got you know, my business, and if you know, creating courses was my only thing, I could do it probably in a weekend. But you know, I got other stuff going on. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, because I just been getting too many people asking about that. And then I'm probably going to get rid of the consultations, just because they take up a lot of time, and it would be better served if I had like a course, and maybe like a group or something. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it all out. But yeah, guys, just be in position, right? Positioning is so important, especially right now, right? Like when shit hits the fan, you want your company to be there to come in and help solve people's problems, right? And you gotta be in position, man. But I just got to the store. I'm about to go in here, grab some stuff to make breakfast for my kids, and yeah, start my day. Well, guys, like I always say, I'm always dropping jewels. Just make sure you're in position to pick them up. You do that by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Once again, my name is Marcus Crockett. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.